Hey gang, I wanted to take a moment and I wanted to name something because there's a good chance that many of you, like me right now, are grieving. Yeah, that's right, grieving. Remember the stages of grief? When it comes to this pandemic, a lot of us started off in denial. Oh, this is a hoax, or this won't come to America, or we'll be fine. And then that led to anger over, what do you mean I'm not going to be able to graduate? They've canceled the prom? How could they? And then after anger, there was some bargaining. Well, maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to reschedule or we'll be able to come back at this. And then there was depression, and eventually that leads to acceptance. But I just wanted to name the reality that for many of us right now, we are grieving because we've lost a lot. School, work, activities, church, social events. My aunt and uncle were going to celebrate their 60th wedding anniversary later this month. I have a couple of weddings that were scheduled for May. Graduation, prom, weddings, funerals. And Christians have mistakenly resorted to platitudes and motivation during this time. Stuff like, this is no big deal. God's got this. You know what? God will bring good out of this. Or this is a tremendous opportunity. And while many of those things may be true, I just want to remind you that it's okay to let yourself grieve. To say to yourself and others, I'm really sad right now. I'm really angry. I'm really disappointed. It may be for you that the Gospels are not a place to hang out in Scripture right now. You may find it's better for you to be in the Psalms, or dare I say it, the book of Job. Job's speeches are an emotional roller coaster, and you're going to be on an emotional roller coaster because this isn't a snow day. This isn't an extended vacation. We are sheltering in place because of a global pandemic. And in a few weeks, we might be praying for friends who have fallen ill, who are on ventilators, or who have died. Many of my nurse friends are posting pictures of empty hospital hallways, and they're calling it the calm before the storm. So I just wanted to say to you, name what you are feeling. Name it. Maybe life will return to normal in a few weeks, but I have to ask the question, what kind of normal is that going to be on the other side of a pandemic? I'm mindful of this section in the book of Jeremiah chapter 28 and 29. Jerusalem had fallen to the Babylonians, and thousands of them were taken from their home and relocated in Babylon. And there were Jews saying, oh, hey, don't worry, in a few weeks, we'll be back to Jerusalem and everything will be back to normal. And Jeremiah said to them, no, build houses, marry, settle down. You're going to be here for a while. For those of you that are part of the Generations Community Church family, I want to remind you of a few things. Remember in the early days when people would show up on a Sunday when we were just doing kid stuff, and they would say to us, hey, let us know when you're a real church, and they would never come back the second Sunday? Remember how frustrated many of us became because it seemed like we just couldn't convince parents that the faith development of their kids was far more important than anything their kids did in school? I want to remind you that success for your kids or for anyone in your life is not the grades they get or what they accomplish or getting into the right school so they can land the right job. Success is when you can say of them, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of who you are and who you're becoming. And it does my heart good to see that you are letting Jesus lead in your life. Jesus leads and you follow. And I see how he's changing you. And I can't help the smile that's on my face because I see how you're trying to be on mission with Jesus to reach a lost and hurting world. Remember, success has nothing to do with what we accomplish. Gang, we know this as a church, that the church isn't a building. For goodness sakes, we were portable for 15 years. And we know that success isn't Generations Community Church getting bigger or having satellite campuses. But I just wanted to name for you the fact that you might be grieving, and even you introverts might find that you're missing that greeting time. Simple things like someone's smile while they hold a styrofoam cup of coffee and you're talking about your week. You've lost some things, and it's okay to grieve. I love you, and I can't wait to be with you again.